Hi guys, it's Carrie from Rockin' G Farm. Well, today I am getting started on my garden. Yay! I'm excited. It's actually February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. I hope y'all had a wonderful day and are having a wonderful day. But what I'm going to do today, I am starting my onions inside from seed. So where I live, we need to have your onion seeds started between 8 to 10 weeks before your last frost date. And my last frost date is April 15th. What a lovely day. Everybody loves that day, don't we? Well, anyway, so actually I have got 8 weeks to get these onion seeds germinated and started so that I can move them out to my garden beds. So I am so excited about that. Last year was the first time I've ever started onions from seeds. I had a good harvest. My onions weren't very big, but I think I figured out a little bit more. I don't think I watered them enough. So anyway, I'm learning, but I just want to teach you how to start your onions from seeds. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and tell me if you've started onions from seeds before or how you start your onions for your garden. If you're a first-time gardener or what's your favorite type of onion, just go ahead and comment below. And also give me a thumbs up, guys, if you like my videos. That helps to get my videos out to more people. And also, if you share my videos, that helps my algorithm to get so that my videos can get out to more people. But I am so glad that you are here with me today, and I am excited about getting my onion seeds. Okay, so let's see. I've got some little notes over here. I'm trying to make sure that I give y'all some good information. I don't want y'all to just watch a video. I want y'all to learn when you watch my videos. So I know that there's several other ways that you can start onions. You can start them from these like little bulbs, or you can start them from like the bunches that you usually see at Lowe's, and they look kind of like a little wilted grass in there, and they're kind of taped around with rubber bands. But those are okay if you don't want to start them with seeds, but it's really easy to start your onions from seeds. So the one thing that I really like about starting onions from seeds is because you get a lot of variety. When you go to the big box stores and you see the onion little bulbs, or you get the onion starts, they don't have a big variety. It's like a yellow onion or a purple onion. But with starting onions from seeds, you get a vast variety of onions. So let me tell you what we are going to plant today. Actually, these are all from MIGardener. I didn't realize I got all my onion seeds from MIGardener. I do like MIGardener because their seeds right now, their packets are for $2. And when you buy, I think it's either $10 or $12, it's free shipping. So I usually always throw a couple extra packets of seeds in there so that I can get the free shipping, because I love free shipping. Who doesn't love free shipping? Throw an extra packet in there and get free shipping. Hey. Okay, so the type of onions that I am starting today is going to be a ruby red onion, and my absolutely favorite onions are red onions, or purple or red, whatever you call them. But oh, they're so sweet. I love them. Absolutely love them. So it's going to be the ruby red, yeah, and the white sweet Spanish onion, and then we have a red burgundy onion. So we have the red ruby and we have the red burgundy. And I think I probably got those mixed up thinking I was trying to get a red onion or a purple onion, and I think I probably just hit both of them thinking that they were the same, but when I got them, I'm like, oh, they've got different names, so we'll see how that goes. And the last one that I'm going to start from seed is the Texas Early Rano 502. Okay, so that's exciting. But also, because these packets are $2, my starting onions from my seeds are so inexpensive, because it's like maybe, well, now it's probably going to be about $4 or $5 for you to get like the little bunches of onion starts. So if you could go ahead and get onion seeds, you are going to get so much bang for your buck. So that's what you really want to do. It's really easy, guys. I know you can do it. And if you fail, that's okay. That's how we learn. We learn from failing. We learn to go, okay, that didn't work. Let's look at a new way to do it. So anyway, we're going to get on for this. So while I'm telling you this, let me tell you about the categories of onions. And when you do buy your onion seeds, you need to make sure that you look on your packet and see. Let me get my glasses on because this typing is really, really small. Okay, so you want to look on your packet. And this one, it's better to show you on this one because the other ones don't have it written out quite like this. But if you see this SD right here, that means short day. So we are going to have short day onions, intermediate day onions, and long day onions. That just means what zones they are better to grow in according to how much daylight they get each day. So with the short day onions, that's going to be the south. That's going to be zone 7 through 11. And those are short day onions, and they were going to get 10 to 12 hours of sunlight per day. Now, when you plant out short day onions, the earlier you can get them out into your garden, the larger they will become. So just remember that. And then the next one we have is going to be the intermediate day onions. And those are going to be also called day neutral onions. And that's going to be zone 5 through 7. And then the last one we have are long day onions. And that is going to be zone 6 and below. And for those, you're going to need 14 to 16 hours of sunlight per day. Now, let me tell you what supplies you need. You need some good potting mix. You can do potting mix or you can do seed starting mix. This potting mix that I have is very airy. There's hardly any chunks of anything in it. I mean, it's very, very fine. So that's why I'm going to be using this potting mix. So you need some potting mix, some vermiculite. You need a tray that does not have holes in it. And then you need your seed starting containers. This is a love-hate relationship with the like cardboard seed starting trays. I like them, and I really did enjoy them last year. The year before, I didn't like them because I wasn't really that familiar with them. But the thing about these, you have to keep them moist, because if they dry out, they will suck all the water out of your soil and your seeds will get dry and they will not germinate. But I don't have a problem with that now that I know how to deal with them. Like I said, you failure and you learn from your failures. So anyway, so I'm going to be using these because I have tons of them and I want to go through my supplies that I have on hand. So you'll need some sort of potting containers and a tray to put them in that does not have holes in it, but you make sure that your potting containers have holes in the bottom though. And then we are going to need a garden marker. I always want to use a garden marker because the UV rays and just general watering, everything, it will wash an ink pen and a Sharpie off of your plant tags. So always make sure you get some garden markers. And then, of course, with those garden markers, you're going to need tags so that you can tag it. The most important thing you can do is tag your seeds and tag your plants. If you don't tag them, I promise, I always thought, oh, I'll remember, and then I'm coming up and I'm planting stuff and I don't know even what it is until it comes up and I'm like, oh yeah. So always tag your plants. And then of course, you need your seeds. So let's see if there's anything else we need on that. Oh yeah, saran wrap. So since I have these here that I'm going to be putting my seed starting blocks in, I don't have a humidity dome over this, and you don't have to have humidity domes. You can use saran wrap. So we need saran wrap, and we're going to put that over it to keep the moisture in until they can start germinating. Okay, and then I am going to also have a heat mat, and I also have grow lights, and that setup is in my laundry room for right now. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, normally you would make sure that your soil is moist in another pan or something. But since these, I don't know, cardboard cells here that I have, they are dry and they are going to need to be moist. So I'm not going to pre-moisten my soil. I'm going to put my soil in here and then water it in so that it will add the moisture to these cardboard trays. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Oops, I found a large piece of bark. Okay, now I've got all my soil in there. I'm just pushing the soil down to make sure there's no air pockets in any of these cells, which some of them are got a little bit because I'm making a little bit of a indentation there because you didn't look like it had air pockets in there, but once you go and you start putting your fingers in the dirt, you realize there are air pockets. So okay, so it did have some big chunks in there. Not many, but a couple. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and write out my tags for my onions that we're doing. It might also help if you would take a picture of where you put your seeds on your racks in your grow area, just in case something happens with the tags, and then you will always have a reference to go back to look at. Okay, so I've got those all done. I have to make some more. We've got those done. So let's go ahead and get this wet and ready for the onion. Okay, I know that probably looked like a lot of water, but remember, these cardboard cells have to be moist. So that cardboard cell is soaking up the water along with the soil. So they have to be pretty moist, and you have to make sure that you keep these cardboard cells moist or else it'll dry everything out. I might end up coming up in a little bit and let's see. It's not pulling. And it also, the bottom of these containers, they have little grooves so it's not sitting like in water. It is above that. And I got these at Bootstrap Farmer because for the last 2 years, whenever I would do this, I would run it to the Dollar Tree and I would get their Rubbermaid little trays like this. And honey, by the end of the summer, the sun had just made those so brittle. I'd pick up a tray and it would just break. And so this year I said, I am always going to be starting seeds and growing plants, so I am going to invest in some awesome products so that I can function well without picking up the tray and it cracking. So anyway, guys, and of course I love color, anything with color, bright color, sparkle and colors, all me. So I got these. There's purple, pink, orange, lime green, and blue. And so I was like, yay, I'm so excited. But I was just going to show you what I did, and I love them. They are super sturdy, and I'm sure that I'll be able to get a lot more than 1 year of use out of them. Guys, let me get these onions ready, and we'll get them planted. I'm so excited. Okay, we're going to start with our Texas Early. And these need to be planted about 1/4 of an inch underneath the soil. And these are 75 days, and I'm gonna get some onions. So what we're going to do with our onion seeds, the good thing about onion seeds or onions in general is you can, when you plant with seeds, you can plant them densely, just like you would a tomato. And then once they start to grow, you can take them out of their first germination cell and gently pull them apart and then replant them up into the garden. And that way you can get tons of onions instead of just planting one in one cell. So we're probably going to plant maybe 5 in a cell, and then we will continue on. Now we're doing our red ruby, and they will be ready for us to bring in on our table in 100 days. Okay guys, so I've got all of my seeds in my tray, in my peat pots, and all of my tags in. I did add 2 rolls of the red burgundy and 2 rolls of the Texas Early. So we're going to try that. I am going to put just a real thin coat of this soil on top, and then we're going to put some vermiculite on. I mean, just barely lightly here, just to make sure I've got those seeds covered up a little bit. Just kind of sprinkle a little bit of soil on, not too much, and we want to make sure that they are covered because they do not require light to germinate. If something requires light to germinate, you would not put soil on top of it. You would just go real lightly over it with vermiculite. And if you're wondering why I'm in my kitchen, it's raining and cool outside, and my greenhouse still has all of the outdoor plants in it, so there's not much room to use it for. So we'll just be doing it in my kitchen for a while until the spring, and we can get the greenhouse cleaned up again. Because I have all of my green stalks in there, and of course all of the tomatoes that I was going to try, they fizzled. It got too cold, you know, that Arctic blast and everything just kind of fizzled them out. But that's okay. Like we said, failure makes you learn, gives you a way to learn. What I'm going to do, I am going to put some vermiculite on top of it. That is going to help keep the moisture in so that it's easier for them to germinate, and also it helps with fungus growth, and it inhibits or tries to inhibit fungus growth and like algae or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to put on right now, just a very, very thin layer. And also, if for some reason you see that you are getting algae growing, you can sprinkle it with just regular cinnamon, and cinnamon will help make the algae growth kind of dissipate, and it's wonderful. Cinnamon is wonderful. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos where I put cinnamon in my composting worms because ants got in there. And what are you gonna do? How do you get ants out of your worm compost? So I sprinkled it with cinnamon and they were gone. And it was amazing. Loved it, absolutely loved it. So, and as you can see, we're not trying to like cover it like super, super hard. We're just kind of giving it up here to keep, it helps keep that top layer of soil moist. And that's what you're gonna have to do, because if that gets dry and your seeds have not germinated yet, your seeds are not going to work, because they have to stay moist for germination. And then while they're growing, they have to be moist. Okay, guys, so this is how it looks with my tray. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to grab some toothpicks, put toothpicks around the edge of this. That's just going to help keep the saran wrap from touching the soil and sticking to it. Okay, so we're using the toothpicks so that when you do pull the saran wrap up, if for some reason you have one of these onions that are accidentally stuck to the saran wrap, you won't pull them out of the dirt or the soil. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just randomly putting in some toothpicks. You can use anything that's gonna help it keep up. I know that Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, she uses the center disc from Delivery Pizza, the little white thing that keeps the pizza from touching the top of the box. She uses those. So if you have those, you can use those too instead of toothpicks. But that's what I'm doing right now. So right now, I think we're good. Don't think I'm going to put spritz on that because it's pretty moist. So I will check it in the morning, and if it needs spritzed, I will just spritz the top. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna water it in anymore until they actually germinate. So guys, here goes the saran wrap. Let's just hope we can get it out of the box. You know, saran wrap sometimes can be finicky. It can be finicky, that's what we'll say. And it's being finicky, it doesn't want to come apart. And we're just going to make sure that we go down on either edge, around. There we go. Okay, guys, we've got it done. That is what our onions are going to look like for right now. Oh, one more thing. These onions, they will germinate with a soil temperature of 70 to 85 degrees. So I'm definitely going to have to put these on a heat mat because the soil in these peat pots are going to be about 10 degrees lower than the temperature in your home. And so we keep our temperature right now, it's right at 70. So this temperature in the soil is going to be 60 degrees. So my onions won't germinate. So I'm going to put them on a heat mat, and it has a thermometer in it, and it will turn on and off according to what temperature I have it set on. And so I'm going to go set that up. Like I said, give me a like if you like my videos. Let me know if there's a question that you have about gardening or homesteading or anything like that. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm going to try to start staying on task more on videos. Sometimes I get really busy. But thank you so much for joining me today as I started my onions indoors. It's actually 8 weeks before our last frost date, and I'm so excited. So I've got more videos coming up on starting seeds. So guys, thanks for joining me today, and make what you have beautiful.